Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Call of Duty Challengers Championships. It's time for the second day of action. Yes, we entered the competition with 16 teams. We've brought the field down to just 8, and by the end, we'll have our final 2 teams that will be competing on the main stage tomorrow for $60,000. Oh my goodness me, I am so excited. You know what makes me even more excited, mate? It's the fact I get to cast the first series of the day with proper. Andy, mate, good to see you smiling as always.
That's just all up after that. It's going to be a great day of Call of Duty. Look, as you already pointed out, Brody, we had 16 teams yesterday qualify across a multitude of different regions. Whittled the field down to just 8, half the way done here with camps. And I'm not going to lie, somehow we have to make it just to the 2, much like last year. We got to get it done here on Saturday.
Indeed we do. Well, what are they playing for? Here's a look at that prize mentioned already. 150 grand on the line. And if you've made it to the final 8, that means you're going to get a bite of the cherry from 3. And even if you place 8th today, all the way up to $60,000, Andy, a lot of cheddar on the line.
I'll say, the $60,000 for first place is one thing, but also to claim your prize as the Challengers Champions. Me and Bryce talked about this yesterday. This is probably one of the most important tournaments year for the amateurs, given how every team is going to be looking at them going in towards Black Ops 6, and who knows, maybe for EWC.
So that is something that everyone needs to keep in mind today. You place top 4, you get a spot at the Esports World Cup. So a lot online. Here's a look over towards our groups, though. A reminder, if you didn't catch up with yesterday's action, we're going to run through it very briefly here. Here's a look over at Group A. It's not the group of death, but it definitely felt like it when you've got FaZe Clan back in there for the rest of the. We did have a bit of a mix-up as well with SGP Midnight and SGP Syndicate battling it out against their sister teams. Secondary spot, but Andy, they were the teams that came out on top.
Yeah, SGP Midnight get back. They're in the lower round qualification match, so they will see this championship bracket alongside FaZe Clan Black, who are only really tested in losing that one search and destroy to SGP Syndicate. Commiserations both to SGP Syndicate, Cruz & Co., as well as Chaos Esports, as their tournament unfortunately comes to a disastrous conclusion. Over to Group B we go, and this was the thing that, much like how Group A, it's hard to justify whether there was a group death or not, but it's tough to be able to see who was going to be making their way out from this group. 5 Media Clan showed up as they have always done through a multitude of lands through the calendar year.
Yeah, and they're the only team off the back of these groups that have made it out in the first place spot and the second place seed. They beat out OMA EU, their European rivals, in 3-1 fashion for that top spot, and it was OMA EU after a Game 5 battle of exceptional gaming. It went all the way to that Game 5 that do take that second spot. How interesting that would have been if Exceptional to take that spot away, but they weren't. A look over towards Group C then, and this is the group in which we saw Omit Brooklyn Season 3 North American champions come out on top, but they had to battle for it.
Yeah, the reverse sweep was insane. It's tough to be able to gauge for this Omit Brooklyn roster, who's on top for North America challengers from the previous Elite into the Final Cup as well, that they were on top of the world. But Clutch War, they showed up and definitely tested them. Then Clutch Rain had the drop down. Of course, they were able to beat Noctum x Clutch Rain as well. Skull & Co. eliminated from champs as well as Chaos x Rally. Definitely fair shake at a potential win versus Noctum in that lower round 1, but yet another reverse sweep was on the cards. Group D was definitely a more interesting one for me personally, given how we did have Houston Spartans and Lore within the same group. We knew that was going to be the winner's qualification match, just looking at it, but I'll keep it $150 with you. Those Mind Freak boys, they definitely showed up to play. Obviously, commiserations to all APAC region. Mind Freak did fly their boys out to. They definitely had a strong showing, but better luck next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Mind Freak able to take a hard point off the Houston Spartans, and they look pretty good in that mode across the board. Houdini also not making it out this group, though, with Lore with that 3-0. Means that, of course, the Houston and Lore Gaming are the teams that make it out of Group D. So there are 8 teams that have qualified from groups. Let's take a look at the champion bracket then, our final bracket of the season. 8 teams from North America and Europe, 5 and 3 respectively, and here is how the bracket goes down. Here's a look at all of those matches, and all of them are absolutely awesome.
They are. Talk about cross-regional matchups, right? Pick your litter, right? You have Omid Brooklyn versus Lord. That is the only North America v North America, but we have European representation across the board. Europe, as far as a region is concerned, have short continuously from Boston to Toronto and even Miami as well. Is Champs going to be the final turn for them to potentially even get a top 2, top 3 placing? This championship bracket is going to shake off nicely.
Yeah, this championship bracket is insane. So there's a look at all of our matches as we kick off the first set of the day. And a reminder as to how this whole thing is going to shake out. 4 of these matches are going on simultaneously. They're all happening at the same time. We've got all 4 stations firing on all cylinders, and so that means we're going to be keeping an eye on all of the matches as they go on with the headquarters, just as we did yesterday. But again, as a reminder, if you weren't here yesterday, you can go and watch all of these matches individually on respective broadcasts in Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. They won't be casting on that one. Whether that's good or not is up to you. But regardless, you can keep up with everything. We're going to jump in with 5 Media Clan and SGP Midnight to kick off this series, this matches, Andy. And oh god, I mean, they're all going to be good matches. But I'm so excited for this one because 5 Media Clan yesterday, they were looking.
And my biggest question for 5 Media Clan is the same one that I asked back in Boston. It's the same one that I was wondering about in Miami. And the same one that I told you and I asked about Toronto. Like, what's their consistency level looking like? How high does their ceiling go? Because Journey was having himself a whale of a day yesterday. You know what you're going to get out of Super and Rancor. Those guys are absolutely nasty. But if Journey and Yakko can deliver and at least a 1.0 KD in the respawns, or if Journey healing performance like we saw a handful of times yesterday, they could have a really good test in front of them for sure, but they might actually be able to win it as well, as SGP Midnight showed a lot of dents in their armor through their best of 5s yesterday.
Yeah, this is the thing for me. You've got 5 Media Clan on one side that are starting to look a roster where everybody's firing on all cylinders. SGP Midnight, though, they did have to battle back from the lower bracket side. They lost to SGP Syndicate 3-0 the first time around, and that looked like quite a damning indictment of the state of the roster. Second time, though, SGP Midnight switched up the little bit, got themselves on a fairer battleground, and actually managed to win that one 3-1. So we got a competitive match on our hands here. Rancor already starting to fire up here. 5-2 here in this game. 25 seconds left to fight for on this hard point. He's able to pick up a couple of kills here, and 5 Media Clan in control. And out that SGP will go for time.
Tough start for Donnie Temp. 0-4, but Capsule is definitely woken up today, I'll tell you that much. Guys already up to 12 engagements, 7-5 so far. This is a pretty good hard point. Going back and forth, but 5 Media Clan will get the majority of this time. They still have these back P2 ons. I mean, look at how far back Eric Boom is, already past the sidebar. Once this 1v1 actually happens over by the old time, that should be all the information for Eric Boom, who throws the shoulder, sees everybody pushing in the sky bridge, can't get out though.
Yeah, that stun was nice. He might have been able to escape Journey. Salt now needs to try and win some gunfights. Not going to be able to get it done. He gets overwhelmed. There goes Temp as well. Super on the other side is able to win the gunfight, and 5 Media Clan win the initial wave of gunfights here that should give them control of this hard point. Now SGP at Midnight trying to find a way back through. Big kill up close and personal. Rancor taking down his ex-teammate in Eric Boom. Big gunfight for Rancor to take. Assault now going to trade right on back through. SGP at Midnight. They're winning a lot of individual battles right now, but not enough to actually overwhelm players on the hard point until Assault is able to time it correctly with Temp on the other side. Temp might go down, but SGP at Midnight will find the back way in for back 25 seconds.
Never want to count out what Assault is able to do on the map. Especially down here in Challengers. Double positive now for Adam, 10-5. Love to see it. It's not replicating that as far as the scoreline is concerned, as again, 5 Media Clan able the majority of this time. It was a brilliant they were able to have for themselves, isolating Eric Boom around the back off of the scrap time, spawning very, very far out. Now we rotate here, going over towards P4, in control already as 5 Media Clan, and they have a lot of hatches to play with.
Already looking for some early time here at 5 Media Clan. Renkor's trying to escape. He's actually going to be able to, has a little bit of help from Journey as well. Just about gets away with his life. Now going to be tagged up with a nade all the way down to 5 HP. No choice but to try and get the player on the other side anyway. Fortunately enough, there is maybe perhaps a window back in towards this hard point, considering the TK through by way of Semtex. SGP Midnight not in control of this hard point just yet. Assault and Eric Boom, though, with the gunny, able to take a couple of players down. Trades back and forth we go. And Renkor's the last one that has anything to say. Still has to get a couple of kills, though, on the other side. He's only going to find one, and SGP Midnight still battling all this time. If 5 Media Clan are able to get this, though, this would be a solid lead over Midnight.
Yeah, it sure would be. I'm trying to make an argument for it, though. It is able to knock down 3 in a row. Last alive was Yakko, still spawning over by P3, but well done for Eric Boom. Able to at least secure the back time there before we go in towards the second set. That could have gotten a lot uglier, I should say, for SGP Midnight had that transition not go their way. And now they're in possession of the middle of the map. You got 5 Media Clan spawning over by P2. Rancor still finessing for his life over here by the old P3 hill. And it's just scrambling across the map. 5 Media Clan are trying to reconvene themselves, being able to use their numbers to retake a lot of these different choke points, and it's working out wonderfully to them as they collapse on the time.
5 Media Clan now in control of P1. SGP Midnight trying to get this done through you side. Rencor lining up the first one. We'll have to chow out for the second. Temple take advantage of that with a headshot kill on towards Rencor. Now just super isolated inside the time. He's going to get shut down as well. Once again, Midnight able to take back 20 seconds away from FMC. I don't think that they're going to go for this. Again, we go back towards PT rotation. This is where 5 Media had a lot of success on the first rotation.
Yeah, sure was. Especially with where SGP Midnight just previously spawned up. They know that they are from the outside looking in. Going to have themselves a whopping 2-point lead, but this is a very difficult hard point to break, but you're already starting to have a push manifest. It's already Capsidol as well as Temp. They're actually going to be able to get Eric Boom to spawn inside security.
Rencor towards the front of the hard point. Oh, we'll find a couple of kills. There's with another of his own as well. There's that you want to step up the plate have done exactly that for 5 Media Clan. Rencor 16 and 9. Super also 13 and 9, but a